Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do a tumbling rocks video. This will be a new series we do, just showing the results of our tumbling various rocks, and maybe once in a while we'll get into a little more in depth of how we do it. And I recently just switched up our methodology for how we do things. For a while, for the longest time when we were tumbling rocks, we were just using rotary tumblers, and then we switched to doing all of stage 1 in the rotary, and then putting stage 2, 3, and 4 in a vibratory tumbler. So we used to have a Raytag vibratory tumbler. I replaced that with a Lotto tumbler. The reason why I got this, because I saw a lot of people using it online and getting really good results. So I thought I'd try it out. This batch you're seeing on the table is the first batch that ever came out of it. I took it out about an hour ago, and it's the first batch I've ran. And I have another batch I just put in for stage 2. They came out of the rotary tumblers. So I'm going to show you the results from this batch. It's kind of a mixed bag. I have some agates, jaspers, and I put some banded chert and quartzite in as well. And I separated it out because I just wanted to show this is a really good example of different kind of results. So everything basically here on the right hand side is either agate or some heavily silicated mineral. Jasper as well, and you can see there's pretty good shine on them. I don't even have to go close up. There's pretty good shine on those. You can see some of these, they really came out nicely. Really nice shine on some of these. There's a nice pink lace agate there. The ones on the left hand side are banded cherts and quartzites, and these are mostly from Newfoundland. Now, this is my first time tumbling this many of them, and I thought I'd throw them in with the agates and the jaspers, because I knew these would tumble well, and I wasn't too sure about these. So you can see there is some shine on these, but it's not as good as the agates and jaspers. So you can see a little more dull luster on these. They still have a good shine. I mean, not a great, like, wow shine, but it's not bad. So that just leads me to believe that these quartzites might not be great tumbling rocks. The majority of these are quartzite. Here's a banded chert, and you can see that came out a little better, and I can feel it is a lot better, just from the feel, as opposed to, say, this rock, which has a little more dull luster, and it just doesn't feel the same. So that one actually turned out pretty good. And a couple of these turned out okay, but like this one's not bad either. But some of these really came out dull, and it's too bad. I really had my hopes up. I have some more. I put some more chert, agate, and jasper in this. I put cherts though in this time that I know have a really waxy luster, and I know are going to turn out good. So, and I put a couple of more quartzites in like this, just to see if I get the same results. So I'm going to zoom in here and show you these rocks a little more close up. So here's a couple of the rocks. Let's start with the duller ones. So like I said again, a lot of these rocks came from Middle Cove Beach in Newfoundland, on our Newfoundland trip. This is kind of like a zebra. It's got a zebra pattern on it. This is more of a quartzite material. So the grain size is slightly larger. It's not exactly microcrystalline. You can't see the crystals, but it's not the same small grain size as jasper or chert or agate. So that's that one. There's a couple more of these interests. This is one that turned out half decent. It's got a pretty good, a little bit of a shine on it. But again, you can just see it's got a little bit of a dullness to it. I'll still throw these in a box and keep them around, but it's probably not going to prompt me to try to tumble a lot of this stuff. They got really nice patterns on them though. And for the most part, I got all the imperfections of these cherts. It wasn't that hard because they came pretty beach rounded anyway. But yeah, it's a little bit disappointing to see these come out this way. This one's not half bad. These gray banded cherts come out a lot better. These are probably more of chert material than quartzite. Again, I mean, not overly terrible, just not as great as I know it can be. And these just might not shine up. I might try to do a batch of them maybe by themselves without harder rocks. That might help. I mean, they might be slightly softer than the agates and jaspers, and maybe the jasper and agates are scratching them up and scuffing them up a bit. So I might try to run a separate little run with them. But I don't think it's going to get much better than this. So those are the cherts and quartzites. So I'll show some of the agates and the jaspers and this other silica stuff. So you can see this one's got a really nice shine on it. This is a kind of a jasper, quasper, I guess, from Five Islands. This is a piece of petrified wood, jaspertized and agatized petrified wood from Ross Creek. This stuff tumbles really well. Always had great results with this. It's a great tumbling material. I'm actually going to do a big tumbling run of this stuff in my 10-pound tumbler, probably in the next month. And I might do an in-depth video tutorial showing that tumble and how I do it from start to finish. Here's another, this is a red and green jasper from Scott's Bay. Good shine on that one. This is a plume seam agate from Scott's Bay. Got a nice shine on that one. This is I think it's a chert. I'm not quite sure. It ended up getting a really nice polish on it. I'm just not quite sure. I picked this up on Middle Cove Beach in Newfoundland, so it's definitely silica. I just don't know if it's more quartzite or chert, but it came up with a pretty good shine, so it leads me to believe it's more cherty. But I was happy with how that turned out. Here's a little bit of green quartz with some red quartz and some pink inclusions in there. Turned out nice and shiny. Here is a plume agate. Here's another plume agate. Both of these are from Scott's Bay. This one and this one, both from Scott's Bay. Some of you, if you watch my previous videos, might recognize this one. This is that amethyst agate that Travis found while digging up on the high water mark at Scotts Bay. So that one turned out nice and shiny. He's really happy with that and excited. He's going to put it in his room. There's another little red jasper. Turned out pretty good. Here's a little agate from Scotts Bay. Here's another agate from Scotts Bay. A lot of these are Scotts Bay agates. And they got really nice shine. What else is here? Here's a little piece of chalcedony. Really good shine on that one. So I'm really happy with the results of the Lotto Tumbler. And I tell you, it just speeds up the whole process. This tumble, normally with my agates, I don't try to get every imperfection out. Like, I like a more rougher look, especially on these type here. I'm okay with having a little bit of pitting. I'll usually just put them in a week in the rotary tumbler. And so these agates only took a week in the rotary tumbler, and then I followed Michigan Rock's, Rob from Michigan Rock's recipe on the Lotto tumbler, just starting out because I really didn't have a reference. So, and if you've seen his videos, if you haven't, I recommend you go over and look if you're looking to get into tumbling. He's pretty much the YouTube guru on tumbling, I would consider him, especially vibratory tumbling. And I basically followed his recipe, which would be 2 days in stage 2, 3 days in stage 3, and 2 days in polish stage 4. And I got this kind of shine, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'll play with it as I go along. I might keep them longer in stage 3 maybe, and maybe stage 1, just to see if I get any type of different result with the same material. This is also a Scotts Bay jasper agate. Here's a little piece of unikite from Scotts Bay. I love unikite. It tumbles really well. Here's a little pink lace agate from Scotts Bay. So yeah, the Lotto tumbler, as I was saying, it's really cuts down on your time. So basically took us 2 weeks for these agates here. This is a piece of quartzite, I believe. This is a Newfoundland find as well. This might even be got some epidote. This might even be a piece of epidote or something else, because that took a pretty good shine. So you can't beat 2 week tumble. I mean, geez, rotary tumbling, you could be a month or more, 2 months. This is another one off Middle Cove Beach. I think this is like a jaspery chert kind of thing. Took a nice shine though. It's a piece of banded rhyolite. Found its way in here. Scotts Bay. Little agate. Another Scotts Bay. More Scotts Bay. So we like to basically you go to Scotts Bay, which is one of our latest videos. We just love to pick up the agates there, and we tumble a lot of those agates because they're just the right size. And it's plentiful. We could come home with 3-4 batches of tumbling material Another little Scots Bay agate. It's a little seam agate with some quartz. It's another little jasper agate. This is a little piece of rose quartz. This actually ended up being, this was a lot bigger and it tumbled down to that, so it was very, very soft. But it ended up coming with a decent shine. And just a piece of quartz with some orange mineral in it. And then there's these three little guys. So that was it. As you can see, not so happy, but pretty happy with my first time tumbling in the Lotto Tumbler with these results. And yeah, that's a pretty good shine. I can live with that. And this is just, you know, it is what it is. Some of these still have nice enough pattern. I'll still keep them and show them, but for the most part, probably be just tumbling agates and jaspers from now on, especially in the Lotto Tumbler. I really like this one. That one really came out nice. So yeah, I'll be doing some more of these tumbling videos. We'll get, like I said, in the future, we'll get a little more in depth and go into a little more of how I do it. I'm gonna also experiment with the Lotto Tumbler. And yeah, if you like this, give me a thumbs up and comment and let me know you like it. And any suggestions on tumbling, what you want to see as far as tumbling videos, you know, what you want to see, leave comment on what you want to see. If you have any questions, I'll answer them, no problem. Anyway, I'll do a little slideshow here at the end, and thanks for watching.